wander around with the dog. Weather's good today. It's a really, really good day. Not bad. Uh-oh. Come on, come on. Let's go. Another little wander around to cure the old soul, or whatever you'd call it. Yeah, trying to avoid the news and definitely avoiding social media. That isn't, that certainly isn't what it was. Anyone remember MySpace years ago? People were just sort of nice to one another and shared music and stuff like that. Yeah, I sort of much preferred that. I made some nice friends, to be fair. Some of them I've been friends with, you know, over 20 years now, and still keep in touch with. Some of them I've crossed the sea to meet up with and see, and spent time with. And there's others that, like, I still plan to sort of meet up and spend time with. But in these uncertain times, I'm not quite sure what to expect, really, or how things are going to pan out, really. So we'll see. I think a big question here for a lot of people in England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland is sort of, should I stay or should I go? You know, a lot of people considering leaving, and a lot of people are leaving. And obviously I've got a young child, I've got the dogs and what have you, and I love it here, you know, and I certainly don't want to leave. And I certainly don't want any kind of miserable future of sectarianism for my son. So I don't know. But yeah, things have sort of changed the last few years. It's not the country I grew up in, really. It's very different. I feel sorry for my son. Perhaps that he didn't get to grow up in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, I sound like an old man saying that, don't I? Wasn't like that in my day and all that type of thing, but yeah, you know what I mean. I think I definitely wouldn't trade my childhood for today's sort of equivalent, you know. We had a good time, and now we seem to be at a point where it's like nerve-wracking letting your kids out to play, you know. Well, to be honest, I don't let my son out on his own anymore. He's got a park just round the corner from me, but now we're all sort of sat on the park, minding the kids, keeping our eyes on them. Yeah, it's not what it was. Strange. But yeah, I am just literally rambling, so there you go. But yeah, so too much news, and well, too much bad news, really. So let's get out in the trees, in the fresh air. It seems an awful lot better. Hey Dano, how are you? Hope you're having a good day. So yeah, I haven't really got a message or a point to my little stream, so just kind of just me meandering, really, and rambling on. But whoever you are and wherever you are in the world, I hope that this, should you happen to find this silly little video, that it finds you well and safe and getting what you need, you and your family. It's sad we live in such divided times. It's really sad. Imagine how great it could be if we were all walking together. Yeah, it's a lovely environment, Dano. It's really cool. And sorry, you can probably hear the tractors working in the field through the wood, but yeah, it's great, mate. Sort of resets me, really, sometimes. It's just what you need. like a bit of the outdoors, nature, hanging out with the dog, and music. Music's always good. Also coffee's always good too. But yeah. Hey Shirley, right, how are you? I hope you're good. But yeah, what are you guys listening to? You listening to anything good? Anything new? I sort of like stuff like, well, I got a big range really. I like everything from All Them Witches. I like Burial, Boards of Canada. I like a lot of synthwave stuff. I like early Black Sabbath. Anyone listen to any early Sabbath? First album's ace. First three are, in my estimation. I think people call it stoner rock or kraut rock, a lot of the stuff that I like. Not that I'm suggesting Sabbath or stoner rock. Everyone raves about what's it called, Sleep Dope Smoker, but it sort of always bounces over my head, that one. I never get into it. I don't go on my bike, Dano. I actually sold it, which is a bit of a shame because I sort of miss it now, but I wouldn't mind another one. Yeah, getting out on the bike is great. I like a lot of these woods. See the bales, there were a lot of little tracks in the woods for bikes and stuff that were really good. We all used to sort of use them, but you always get some assholes that like don't want to take care of shit. You know, they make a big mess up there, and we're just chucking stuff around, and yeah. So now they've banned it. Yeah. So we can't go in there anymore. But there's a few little jumps. It's only a little sort of short, couple of 100 yards of wood there. But yeah, there used to be some great jumps and stuff in there. But yeah, where are you guys in the world? Where are you at, Dano? Are you got places where you can get out on your bike nicely and get a ride around? I'm not too far. I'm sort of out in Shropshire, but the hilly bit, and not too far from the Welsh border, and it's great really for getting out and just minding your own business. Yeah, I'm a bit of a UK mutt. I'm sort of, we did the ancestry DNA thing a little bit back, and I'm like English. I think I'm mainly Scots, some English, Welsh, a little bit of Ireland, a very small amount of Iceland, and I think 2% Norway. But yeah, it was interesting. But I'm like a British Isles mutt. That's good. I love it here. It's good. But you know, everyone's saying, oh, England has fallen and the UK has fallen. I think everywhere's struggling a little bit at the minute. Let's be honest. And there's places here, you know, that really aren't touched by it at all. Not even slightly. But you know, hear all this stuff about change coming, and they're not keen on the way things are, and it's not good enough for everybody, sort of thing. I don't know. The government make no sense to me. But I'm certainly not going to talk about the government. Ours a bloody horror show. I know there's worse, but you know, it's like, don't say too much on social media. You get 3 years in prison. I think we're actually locking up more people here than Russia for social media posts. And what do they call it? Dissent, is it? Something like that. Yeah, who knows? Anyway, that's me sort of just rambling. But yeah, I hope everyone's feeling good. I work nights. I've actually lost track of the days we're on. I was thinking it was the weekend. I think it's actually Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. So I was going to say to everybody, have a good weekend, but we're not quite there yet. But whatever you're doing, I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope it's good, and I hope you're finding time for yourselves and your family and the people that you love, because honestly, that's what's important. You know, people will talk about all sorts of shit, chasing money and possessions and obsessing with stuff really, but you know, there's more to life. You know, I kind of had like a weird sort of life experience a sort of revelation, and it sort of really changed things for me. But I was always pretty shallow, materialistic, and I don't know, a little mouse just went across there. But yeah, not so much now. I don't know, I think, probably sounds a bit strange, but I think when you sort of bring it down to brass tacks, you know, we've all got everything we need, and there's enough for everybody. No one should be hungry, you know, no one should be unsafe, trudging through the mud. No one should be unsafe, you know, children especially. Some of the stuff you see, like how women are treated and children are treated and indoctrinated into stuff. And hey Ryan, how are you? You know, I've always been a very liberal person, you know, easygoing, but yeah, there's enough for everyone, and it'd be good to see more kindness in the world and more unity. That'd be great. Yeah, it's kind of got a little bit disheartening lately. I don't know if anybody else is noticing that, or if it's just me. I'm sure it's not just me. You know, you could possibly accuse me of being a bit of an overthinker. Yeah, it might not be the first time, but here we are. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's probably about it. I don't think I've really got much to say at the best of times. I only sort of ramble on, talking a bit of rubbish. But yeah, I hope you're all good. I hope life's good. Hope you're all happy and doing well. And you know, in these uncertain times, you know, I guess prioritise. You know, all the ones we love most, all the most important ones, the ones we hold dear, the important things. You know, don't waste your time. Spend it right and spend it with the people that deserve it. You know, well, not that they deserve it, just spend it with the people you care about. Because I tell you what, in the grand scheme of things, nothing's better than family, let me tell you. Hey, in fact, look, yeah, it's lush weather for a walk today. It really is. It's mega. It's really ace. It's just nice, just looking at the trees and wandering around. Yeah, this is just like a couple of miles on from where I live, but where I live's got some really old sort of churches and little tiny villages and stuff, and there's some little old abandoned cemeteries and things, and just like it's just as it was. It's not changed, you know. It's really pretty. I'll do some filming up there at some point. And you can have a look for yourselves. But yeah, I've always wondered what this little building is. Someone was living here for a bit, but not anymore. But yeah, so if you're sitting in the house ruminating on what to do, get out. It's really, really nice. It makes a change. It's sort of rained all winter. But yeah, have a good day, all of you. I'm gonna go get in the car now and feed the mighty beast, which is an apex predator. It might be confusing looking at her just ambling along there like a animated jelly bean, but honestly, don't be fooled. Okay, thanks everyone, have a great one, much love.